Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a rainbow loom ladder bracelet. Here's what it looks like.
Timmy is there to help. Timmy the lamb.
So, let's get started. For this bracelet, you will be needing a rainbow loom, a hook, a C-clip or an S-clip, and of course you will be needing some rubber bands. So let's start with the tutorial. So what you're gonna do first is take your first color. You should get the color of whatever pattern you want, but I want my pattern to be pink and purple. So you're just gonna place your first band from this peg and that peg, and then grab the same color and move it from this peg and that peg. Push your bands down and grab your next color, put it on this peg, then the top peg, and then get the same color, put it from this peg to the top peg. And then you're just gonna continue on with your pattern. You're just moving up your loom. So I'm just going to speed up the footage, but before I do that, I'm just going to tell you where you should put your bands when it's already the end of your loom. You're not going to put your bands here, but you're going to put it from this to this, and then from this to this. So I'm just going to speed it up and put the rest of my bands. So now I placed all my bands until the end of my loom. As I've said before, don't put your bands here. Instead, you're going to put it on this middle peg right here. Now we're going to make the stairs for the ladder, like these things. So I have a pattern right here. There's a pink one in the bottom, then a purple one on top. So I'm going to grab a pink band and stretching that. But I made a mistake, guys. Sorry. You're not going to put it here. Instead, you're going to put it from the second left peg to the second right peg. You should go on with your pattern. I have a purple one here on the second left peg on the bottom, then a pink one. And then I'm going to put a purple one from the second left peg to the second right peg. And you're just gonna alternate colors like what you did before. Make sure you're skipping this peg because you can't do that on there. So it's like you have a pattern here: purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, which is in my pattern. So you're just gonna continue on that. Stretch it from the left peg to the right peg. So again, I'm just going to speed up the footage, but you're not going to put bands here where is your last two pegs. You're not going to put the bands there. Instead, you're going to put them on these pegs right here, and that's where you will stop. So I'm just going to speed it up, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. So now I placed all my bands until these pegs right here. So now we're gonna put the colors of the middle bands. Like in this one, I have yellow in the middle, and this time I'm gonna put black in the middle. So you're just gonna go from that first peg and then to the top peg. Push them down, and you're just gonna put bands on the entire middle row of your loom. You're just working your way up. And you're just gonna put them until here. So I'm just gonna speed it up and put the rest of my black bands all the way until the end of the middle row. So now I placed all of my black bands. So now we're going to flip the loom around. And remember the bands you placed across the loom. You're just gonna, like in this one I have pink here at the end. So you're just gonna grab the same color and you're just gonna stretch that the same way like what you did before. Or if you want, you could just make the arrows facing up first instead of like it's already facing you. But I'm just facing it me already so that I will just continue on with the hooking process. So I have a purple band right here. So I'm grabbing the same color of band and stretching that. And I'm just gonna do the same step until the end of my loom. So I'm just gonna speed it up from here and put the rest of my bands. So now I put all of my bands. So now we're going to start the hooking process. But before that, you're going to place a cat band here on the end. So I'm grabbing a black band and then taking my hook and then sticking that band on my hook, twisting it into a figure 8 and looping it back. And then placing it on this last band right here. If you want, you could just do it with your fingers, but it's easier when you do it on the hook. So now let's start the hooking process. So we're gonna hook the middle bands first. So you're just gonna pull back the 2 layers of the capping band, grab that top band, pull it out, and hook it forward. So now I'm just reaching down. I have no cap bands to worry about. So I'm just reaching down, hooking the bands onto the forward pin. And if you heard that background music since it was starting, just don't mind it because I have my television on because my brother is watching. So now I'm just gonna speed up the footage and hook the rest of my middle bands. So now I hooked all of my middle bands. So now we're gonna hook the side bands. So again, just push back the 2 layers of the capping band, grab that top band. Or if you want, you could reach all the way over here and grab it, and make sure you hold the cap band in place so that it doesn't come out, and move it from this peg. And again, reach down, grab the last band right there, hold the capping band, and move it from the right peg. So now we're gonna hook the entire left side of the loom. So we're just gonna pull back those 2 bands and reach down and grab the bottom band, pull it up and hook it forward. And you're just gonna do the same thing all the way until the end of the left side.
Stay tuned for Timmy time.
So I'm just gonna speed it up from here and hook the rest of my bands. And for your last band over here, oops, sorry my camera fell. So for this last band right here, I'm doing it like this because I can't do it like that because it's a different kind of camera. So Yeah, it's actually a gadget that has camera there, but it's not an actual camera. So that's why I'm doing like this. But anyways, for this last band over here, the bottom band right there, just gonna hook it to this peg. So again, I'm just gonna speed it up and hook the rest of my bands. So I hooked the entire left side of my loom. So you're just gonna do the same thing with the right side of your loom. You're just gonna hook all the way until the end. I need to push back that band there. Okay. So again, I'm just gonna speed it up and hook the rest of my bands. So I already hooked all of my bands. So after you hook those bands, oops, my camera fell again. So let's just move on to the next step. So I'm just making my loom like this again. So what you're just gonna do is just stick your hook underneath all the bands here in the middle peg and grab the same color of bands you used for your middle bands. I used black bands, so I'm just gonna stick my hook out like that and putting the band right here and carefully hooking it under all of the bands, and it fell out of my hook. It keeps falling out of the hook. It's kind of hard to do this thing. Okay, and then you're gonna put the other loop onto the hook and make sure it's secured on the thickest part of your hook, and now you can take it off. Do anything to take it off, just be careful. So your ladder bracelet is almost complete. We're just gonna add the extension. So to make the extension, you don't need the loom, but basically what you're just going to do is take this carefully off the hook, but be careful because it's not secured. So you're just gonna take the same color and you're just gonna stick that over there. I'm just putting it inside those two loops, and then after you put that in those two loops, fold it back together so that it meets. And I'm putting 4 bands on this end, and I'm putting 3 bands there, like in this one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the rest of my bands on the half of the extension. So now I put half of my extension, and now you're just gonna add your C-clip or your S-clip to your bands right there. And you're just gonna do the same thing with the other side. So again, you're just gonna put that inside this loop right here. I'm gonna make it a little bit easier to put. So like that. So again, I'm just gonna put the rest of my bands, and you're just gonna attach it to the other end of the C-clip. So I already attached it to the other end of my C-clip. So now your Rainbow Loom ladder bracelet is completed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on the Rainbow Loom ladder bracelet. I will make more Rainbow Loom videos on my dad's channel because I just love doing those. Remember to click the like button and comment and subscribe. So, again, thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye!